When I was asked to do a TribeNine video, I was honestly pretty pumped because I watched the entire TribeNine anime in 2022 and it was a ton of fun, and I've been a Danganronpa fan ever since high school. So to say I'm familiar with Kazutaka Kodaka, one of the creators of TribeNine's original story, and his work would be an understatement. I am genuinely a big fan. So yes, while this video is sponsored by TribeNine and I'll be giving my honest opinion on everything, I was happy to do so because TribeNine is looking to be a very hype gacha now that it's released. So what is TribeNine exactly? TribeNine is an action RPG developed by Akatsuki Games set in a futuristic, despair-ridden Tokyo with all its inhabitants trapped in a death game. While the future for our characters is looking grim, the game itself is filled with tons of vibrant characters who have all not given up hope. The game keeps you on your toes, switching between the 3D action battles, traversing the world in a beautifully crafted pixel HD 2D setting, and playing extreme baseball. Yes, extreme baseball, which is just as ridiculous and fun as it sounds. So while TribeNine has a lot to offer, I want to focus on two big things in this video, and the first, and arguably the most important, is the gameplay. So the main combat in TribeNine is the really hype 3D action battles. You go into battle with 3 characters of your choice who all fight at the same time, and you can switch between which of the 3 you want to control freely. Of course, each character has completely unique playstyles and roles that they can perform, like the main character, Kuronaka Yo, being a close-range, high-damage character who smacks things with his futuristic baseball bat. Tsuki Iroha is a ranged damage dealer who throws, you guessed it, exploding baseballs at enemies, and Koishi Kohinata, who supports allies by healing up their health, just to name a few. Each character has their primary attacks and secondary attacks, which do more damage, but leave you more vulnerable and cost stamina, the bar you see on the right. In Yo's case, when he hits an enemy with a secondary attack, he goes into an enhanced state that allows him to use his strategy skill. So each character is going to have these cool combos and mechanics that you're going to need to learn if you want to master a character. After hitting an enemy repeatedly, you can knock them off balance and unleash your chain skills, which have awesome animations using the whole squad and do a ton of damage. You also have a tension gauge at the top of the screen that fills up every time you do one of these chain attacks, which does a few things, but most importantly, powers up your ultimate skills damage at the cost of the tension bar. The enemies also have tension that raises as you hit them, and when it fills to the max, they go crazy, they go berserk, and do a ton of damage. So there's a lot of depth going on in these fights between dodging the enemy's big attacks and utilizing your characters' full kits and abilities to the fullest. Overkill. Overkill. But no action RPG would be complete without parries. Yes, getting hit by enemies is not fun. So let's not. TribeNine has an avoidance and parry system while in combat. When an enemy revs up a big attack, you'll see this red light emit from them. If you click the counterattack as they swing at you, you'll initiate a perfect dodge, positioning yourself and gaining an advantage. But if you perfectly time the counterattack as the enemy is about to hit you, you'll deflect their attack, stopping the damage, doing a bunch of damage back to them, and setting up for a chain attack. So trying not to die to these big attacks, countering these big attacks, and switching between all of your teammates is what makes this combat really dynamic. In more difficult battles as the story progresses, catching on to enemies' attack patterns is going to be pretty crucial so you can successfully dodge everything or counter everything they throw at you. But when you're not in combat, you're traveling through the beautiful pixel art world, going on missions, unlocking waypoints, fighting enemies to level up, and finding treasure chests full of items. It has puzzles you need to solve to get to new areas and unlock treasure, and there's also secret graffiti art spread around the map for you to find and collect them all, which I always appreciate because it makes exploring more fun. The first city you arrive in, Shinagawa City, has a base hub full of shops and a lot of features to take advantage of, like healing up your characters to full health. But one of the biggest ones that is absolutely godlike is at Happy Worker, which features an item trading system with other players. Being able to get certain resources you need but don't have yet from other players is super nice. It also gives the game a nice feeling of teamwork and camaraderie with other players that are playing TribeNine, while also letting you level up your characters faster. And speaking of leveling up characters, there's a whole system of leveling up and gearing your characters as you may expect. Your characters have their individual level and skill levels that you can level up, tension cards that are pretty much your team-wide weapons you can equip that will buff up the team in battle depending on how you handle your tension bar. And then there's compatible monsters, which are how you can gear individual characters and influence their stats with things like defense or crit rate. And the final part of the gameplay I want to go over is Extreme Baseball. Extreme Baseball, or XB, is a battle of ideals versus enemies at the most climactic moments of the story, with each decision you make against the enemy changing how the story may end up. Kazutaka Kodaka loves to do these big emotion-filled battles of clashing ideologies. So since I don't want to spoil the first big moment of the story, just know that the XP sequences have you at the edge of your seat, you do not know what's gonna happen next, and you're gonna be wondering if your favorite character is gonna make it out or not. And I guess this should be included in the gameplay, but TribeNine has gacha mechanics in play to unlock new characters. Gacha! Ooh. Boom. Now look, I didn't have access to an endless amount of Enigma Entity, the in-game currency used to pull new characters, so I only used the pulls I could, and I didn't get a sparkly 3-star, unfortunately. Maybe one day, Mew. One day. From what we can see though, the game does have a guaranteed 3-star pity at 80 pulls and a special invitation of a standard 3-star character of your choice after 300, so that's some promising things for the player. So in short, TribeNine's gameplay features 3D action battles, a pixel-style overworld to explore, extreme baseball sequences, systems to gear and level your characters, and a gacha system to get new ones. So while TribeNine's gameplay is really cool, something I want to highlight again as a fan of Kodaka's work is the story, setting, and characters. I'll be doing my best to tiptoe around any spoilers of Chapter 0, the game's initial story that sets everything into motion, but it was pretty wild. Kodaka is famous for having the most insane, larger-than-life scenarios unfold with the most psychotic, crazy villains causing absolute chaos. Like I mentioned, this game's core plot revolves around death. And these death games are all led by this insane ringleader named Zero. All this dude wants to do is play these games with people's lives and find someone who's strong enough to stand up to him. In front of the main character is nothing but a hopeless future with terrible things happening left and right. But still, in a world full of terror, you try to find a light at the end of the tunnel. The story has you thinking one thing, whether it was a good or bad event for, you know, your favorite character or the main squad, and then flips it on its head with a big plot twist. I can already tell this is going to be a very deep psychological drama, which may sound really heavy, but to complement that is actually a cast of super quirky, happy, and unique characters that in and of themselves existing add a little bit of hope and positivity into the world. You have Sui and Tsuki, who are your day one ride or die homies. They want to save you when you're in trouble, they want to protect you, and they just want to get back to the good old times of playing extreme baseball for fun. Then there's all these other members of the tribe, like the mysterious, enigmatic leader Kazuki, who's dependable yet seems unapproachable. You have Enoki, who seems like she has a few screws loose and wants to eat everything in sight. She scares me a bit. Ew. Or Eiji Todoroki, this fat millionaire dude who only cares about money. It's almost funny that these characters care so much about money and food in a world as depressing as this one. And this is just a few members of the cast that I talked about. There's still so much more, and of course, more to come, because this is a gacha game we're talking about here. So branching off from the characters' personalities is their design. The characters here are designed by Rui Komatsuzaki and Shimadoriru. When you see their art in anime media, you immediately know it's theirs because their art style and their character design choices are so unique and, in my opinion, really freaking good. This world is full of despair. I've said that already, right? So most of the settings and cities are dark, gloomy, depressing, with lots of dark colors, which is exactly why the super colorful character designs and color palettes pop even more. So the mix of characters being super colorful and eccentric, both in their design and their personality, contrasting with the world and plot that is just super filled with evil, doom, and despair, is a formula that I really love and makes for a super unique game. What's up? Okay, look, I know I'm glazing really hard right now, but I'm genuinely a really big fan of Rui Komatsuzaki's character designs, and I hope that you will be too. And then I did just touch on it a bit, but the setting is sick. It's futuristic, apocalyptic Tokyo with these bright neon lights lighting up the dark, cold streets. It sets the tone for the game super well and is one of the many parts that presents the game in a nicely wrapped package. So all in all, I think TribeNine is going to be really fun. The combat is deep with really satisfying counters and big attacks. The world is super cute, fun to explore, progressing through the game and leveling up characters feels good. And of course, I'm very partial to the character designs and story like I just talked about for 4 minutes straight. And those are my honest thoughts on TribeNine after getting the privilege to play it. I think TribeNine is setting up to be a great action RPG that really uses the characters and stories to pull you into the world. TribeNine just released and is available to play right now for free on iOS, Android, and PC. And to celebrate the release, they're giving away a free skin for Koishiko Hinata, along with a bunch of free goodies, including 600 Enigma Entity, which, you know, we like that. So if you want to give TribeNine a try, use the download link down below to download the game and start playing for free today. Thank you so much to TribeNine for sponsoring this video and giving me this opportunity. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you guys watching this video. I'll see you guys later. Peace.